Sony a6400 is famous for its high-speed autofocus, compact body, and impressive video features. But did you know that despite Nikon lagging in the camera market, its Z50 is a capable camera with almost identical specs and the same price range of an a6400? In this video, we're going to compare the Sony a6400 with the Nikon Z50 to find out which one stands out. So with that being said, let's get started. The first thing you'll notice when comparing the Sony a6400 and Nikon Z50 is their size. Nikon Z50 is much more ergonomic than the Sony a6400. So, it'll be a little more comfortable to hold the Z50 than the Sony a6400. Though more ergonomic, the Nikon Z50 is not much of a weight. Both Sony a6400 and Nikon Z50 weighs just about 400 grams. In the core, the Sony a6400 is equipped with a 24.2 megapixel APS-C exmor CMOS sensor. However, the sensor is not a stacked sensor. On the other hand, the Nikon Z50 comes with a 20.9 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor. One of the striking features of the Z50 is the stacked sensor, which offers faster sensor readout speed. Now, let's talk about the resolution. The Nikon Z50 has a slightly low resolution sensor, but in reality, you're not going to see any visible difference between the picture quality of these two cameras. Additionally, both the cameras don't include a low-pass filter, so you will get sharper looking images right out of the camera. However, you might face aliasing and moire in some situations. Nikon Z50 can capture 12 and 14-bit RAW images. Although they are not uncompressed, the details you will get out of those RAWs are still incredible. On the other hand, the Sony a6400 is also capable of shooting 14-bit RAW. The results of both of these cameras are almost the same. Now, about the image quality, both the cameras are capable of shooting high-quality footage. As you can see here, the Sony a6400 delivers bright-looking images, which is good when you're shooting in low-light situations. But sometimes, images look a little softer than the Nikon Z50. Meanwhile, Nikon offers a sharper looking image, though not as brightly lit as the Sony a6400. The colors look much more realistic in the Z50. Besides, it can also preserve the skin tone more naturally without making them overblown with a yellowish tint like the Sony a6400. Now, let's see the video capabilities of these cameras. Sony a6400 can shoot full-width 4K videos at 24 frames per second. The 4K videos are downsampled from 6K, so you'll get sharper and more detailed-looking videos right out of the camera. However, when you switch to 4K 30 frames per second, you will lose the capability of shooting with the full width of the sensor and limit it to 1.2 times crop view. Apart from that, the Sony a6400 can record videos using flat log profiles, so you can shoot HLG, S-Log2 and S-Log3 with this camera. Meanwhile, the Nikon Z50 can shoot full-width 4K videos at 30 frames per second, which you cannot do with Sony a6400. Besides, the Z50 also offers a flat profile for flexible editing in post-production. But there is no log profile in this camera. As for the rolling shutter, the increased resolution and slower readout speed cause significant rolling shutter issues in the Sony a6400. The Sony a6400 has a readout speed of about 31 milliseconds when shooting 4K 30fps videos. On the other hand, Nikon Z50 offers a well-controlled rolling shutter effect. The readout speed is about 20 milliseconds. Sony a6400 comes with a hybrid autofocus system consisting of 425-point phase detection and contrast detection. The autofocus is fast and capable of detecting the subject in just 0.02 seconds. Moreover, it features face and eye detect autofocus, and they work like a charm every time, even in low-light situations. On the other hand, the Nikon Z50 includes a 209-point hybrid autofocus system, including both phase and contrast detection autofocus. And surprisingly, the notion that Nikon is lagging behind Sony in terms of autofocus has been debunked with the Nikon Z50. The autofocus performance is quite satisfactory in the Nikon Z50. The face and eye detection autofocus can effectively track your subjects even in challenging light situations. Now, let's see the side-by-side comparison. As you can see, both Sony a6400 and Nikon Z50 offer almost instantaneous autofocus performance. Though Nikon has fewer autofocus points, it's performing just like the a6400. So, in terms of autofocus, both the cameras are at par. So, that was all about the comparison of the Sony a6400 and Nikon Z50. Overall, both cameras are capable of capturing impressive images and videos. Nikon Z50 offers an excellent video shooting experience as it has a lesser rolling shutter effect. However, the lack of a lock profile might still bug you. On the other hand, Sony offers fantastic oversampled 4K videos and impressive autofocus performance. So, which one do you find the most suitable for you? Let us know in the comment section.